Welcome in, welcome in. Look at the P. There's the pink, right? There's Homer coming out of his pink car when we enter the P. What kind of car does Homer Simpson drive? Let's have a look.
According to Simpsons Wiki, fandom, it is a 1973 Plymouth Valiant, which is Homer's car, and he uses it almost exclusively, although Marge, Bart, Lisa, and even Maggie have driven it at some point.
All right. It's a Plymouth. We entered into the P of The Simpsons in the beginning of the episode, which was season 31, episode 13. We got into the P. We entered the P. We were looking at a pink Plymouth. Now, we talk about Marshall Hayner, right? And we talk about, when we speak about XRP and when we speak about XLM, when they go into the WebAuth wallet, they get wrapped and they become XXRP, XXLM. Now, if you look at these right here, you got 1973. 1 plus 9 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. 10, 10 in numeral numbers equals XX. So we have the XX there with the P there. And it's a pink Plymouth. So the pink Plymouth is the same color. Hold on. That pink Plymouth is the same color as the Collidio Gold bottle. If you ever watched New Titan 888, he'll show you the Collidio Gold bottle that has the same color. It's that pinkish color. Let's go a little further. So this is the beginning of the intro. We also heard that Marshall Hayner speaks about EOS. EOSIO, EOS. Okay? Wordplay. When I say they switch it around. Okay? Goblin mode over here. We got goblin mode. Okay? Over here, why? Why is there a big ass tin can? Garbage can. Metal garbage can. Okay? Purple. Okay? Purple. And it says violin music playing. Violin music playing in the background. Violet violin. Violet is purple also. V, number 22. Okay? You got the purple hydrant also. Liquidity. All right? You got a little bit more goblin mode back over here as well. Let's pay attention over here. Metal garbage can over here. So, right? So, let's get a little further in. We spoke about lockdowns, right? Spoke about lockdowns. And if you're that type of person, a little conspiracy theory type person, if you notice over here, there's another word that's up in the mountains on the West Coast. Okay? And we also heard that some crazy things that are going on with some celebrities. So I wonder if that represents that. Or I wonder if that represents lockdowns to bring in the new digital way.
Decided to go with Frank. I'm writing about Professor Frank.
Who?
You know, slaving, glaving, oiving.
That coke bottle with teeth?
He's devoted his life.
Watch what it says here.
Can you tell me if I came in second or third?
It's best not to.
So you see how he says, can you please tell me if I came in second or third? Second or third? 2 or 3? Maybe 2023? Hopefully 2023.
During office hours.
Here we go.
The last visitor was the process server for the monkey who's suing him.
Who's this?
Okay, so you just heard her say that the monkey is suing this guy here, which is Frank. We all know that Frank represents Ripple, represents XRP. We did it to Gematria, so we all know this already. And that lady kind of looks like Hessler Pierce. To me, it looks like Hessler Pierce. Funny enough, her name is Professor Hessler. So, just found it funny. Okay, so we're representing Frank as XRP. Okay, so I started really listening to what they're saying, and it gets a little interesting here. Watch what he says here.
Oh, science. Well, I was created by science, my dear child.
First test tube baby.
You?
No, I was the world's second.
So, see how Frank said he wasn't the first one? He was the world's second one. Okay, that might mean nothing to you, but that rings a bell to me. He wasn't number 1. He was number 2.
Only way I could get so
Watch what he says here.
science and changing the pitch of my voice so they couldn't help it. But I never had my break.
You see this? He says, but I never had my breakthrough. This is Frank speaking about he never had his breakthrough, and this guy comes and spit in his face again. I don't know what the hell that means.
The world
Now, watch this part over here. Okay? He's riding a bike, and if you can see what he's saying, okay? But I want you to notice that there is a black rain cloud that follows him. And he is trying to get on top of this hill here. Okay?
I'm James Chadwick.
And then that cloud went right over his head. He never made it to the top of the hill. And there he goes, right back into the water. Okay? And there's Lisa saying, oh, that's too bad that your name isn't famous, right?
Your name isn't famous.
All this will change, for I have been developing my own cryptocurrency.
Oh,
So he said it's going to change. He's going to make his name famous. Okay? He's going to make his name famous. Now right here, he's going to say something, and it kind of connects with Proton because some people were getting mail and they were saying, they had a little gift showing talking about get your rewards from Proton, and it said cha-ching, just like what he says here.
Currency. Kachinga.
I'm sorry, Kachinga. Okay? And then he jumps, right? He jumps over all this stuff. And they switch.
Get a nerd.
And they switch guys. Like if it wasn't even him. Like you thought it was him, but they switched players on you. They flipped it on you. They switched it on you. They switched it on us. I don't know. I'm just pointing things out that I've noticed that is a little bit like, oh shit, what's going on here? And like I said before, if you look at Gematria and you look, the only coin that shows the Phoenix is rising is Proton XPR. The only coin that shows the Phoenix is rising is Proton XPR. Okay, so now we have this. They want to look at make it look like Bitcoin, right? But like I said before, and I told you before, if they're going to put one letter on these coins, it's going to be a capital letter, right? Just showed you before how they flipped it on you, right? With the driver, they had one driver jumping, and then they switched it on you. Look at these P's. Look at that P. You really think they're going to put a lowercase b on here? I said this before. Flip that. That becomes a uppercase P. That becomes a uppercase P. If you listen to Marshall, he said he can save Bitcoin. Bitcoin is too slow. Okay? He can save Bitcoin. He can wrap Bitcoin, and Bitcoin can move faster than XRP. Okay? As fast as Proton. As cheap as Proton. And legally can move. Now on the bottom over here, it says spread across multiple platforms. They got multiple chains, Proton. They're on the Binance Smart Chain. They're on the Ethereum chain. They're on the Proton chain. Metal. So, those are multiples. Okay? Even the center needle. Look at that center needle over there from Shanghai. That center needle right there. That needle right there is glowing purple. Purple. And then you got this over here. Right? Which you got her bag there, right? That looks like an M. Could be metal. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a strap and I'm losing my mind. But then you go in the tree and you got XX. Everything else is slanted. Only XX is there. Okay? And you got a few X's over here in this tree. But only in this tree, right in front of your face. Plain sight. XX. Just like we showed you 1973 Plymouth. Pink Plymouth. And we get this little book, right? This little book here. He's singing. But what is he singing? Does that look like a little atom? Looks like a little atom bouncing. A little red ball. A little atom bouncing. And this part here, they're just showing you here with the currency, and this guy's pays for that jet ski with a ledger, and this lady happens. And my prediction that April, we're going to see something significant. April time. Look at the big wave behind them, and there goes that pink color again, like Homer's car. And what's her name? Her name is April, okay? April Fools, got you. Maybe that might happen, maybe it won't. I'm just having fun with my decodes and my journey, just pointing things out, all right? Just noticing that there's a lot of things to worry about in this particular episode. Let's continue. Also, another goblin mode. The pink purplish with the green, another goblin mode. And if you didn't know, red and blue makes purple. Red and blue, mix those colors up. It makes purple, purple and green. There you go, goblin mode. Now I want you to go to New Titan 888. Go watch his videos. Go look at the XPR video. My man over here takes a bottle of XPR oil, okay, royal purple, some oil, and he connects this scene with that bottle of oil, okay? And that bottle of oil looks like XPR. It could look like XRP as well. It could look like it's spelled differently. But my research follows that Proton follows race cars. And race cars need oil. And oil is the new data. Or data is the new oil, they say. And on top of that, Proton had Proton mail. So they were data, and they are data, and they are oil. Just wanted to throw that in there. And it matches up to the Big Bang Theory residuals. It matches up, the bottle, the XPR bottle, matches up with this scene, the Big Bang Theory residuals. Show me anything that's related to XRP that can connect to this particular frame right here, okay? This particular frame. Show me anything that's related to XRP. And you want to show me the bottle and say that it says that? Okay, you got me there. But show me anything else. Because again, XPR is oil, is data. I'm just saying, we heard about people talking about basket of currencies. This just makes sense of basket of currencies. Shooting a basket while showing this clip. But there's one thing that I noticed that made me concerned. Let's keep going.
It went in, you saw it,
Okay. Now I want you to watch this part right here.
So will Francoin finally be the invention that makes me...
See what he says here? So will, or we can say XRP coin, right? The Fring coin, we all consider that being the XRP coin, right? And he states here, Mr. Frink, this guy right here that we all know represents Ripple, XRP, right? There goes his blue freaking bow tie over here. So will Frink coin finally be the invention that will make me rich? He says, or, and before he can finish his sentence, this guy comes and spits in his face. Okay? Now, if you want to go back, go look at Katy Perry. If you want, go just Google Katy Perry dancing with a frog. Okay? Why do I say that? And why are you laughing right now? Because Katy Perry is in on it, and she is a Proton marketer. Okay? She markets Proton on her videos. All right? Katy Perry also dances with a frog on there. That's why I'm kind of relating that to Katy Perry. Now, what was this guy going to say? Was it Frankcoin that was going to make him rich? Or was this guy going to say metal? Was he going to say XPR? Was he going to say loan? Was he going to say metal Dow? What was this frog going to say? Was he going to say XLM? What was he going to say? And before he don't even finish the sentence, he just says, well, thank you for your support. Okay? Now, I've been watching videos out here, and the video's been showing how the XRP community, but the XRP head people up there were basically dumping on the retail people. This is what the rumor is going on. I'm not going to say it's truthful, but this is the rumor going on. And now when I watch this, though, right, and I think that he is XRP, and he was going to state something else can make him rich, but he never finished his sentence. And then he states, Thank you for your support. Keep that in mind. He thanks you for the support.
Financial instrument beating gold, the renminbi, and roadside corn.
Can't eat no crypto.
Another billionaire? How did he make his money? Paraffin? Castor oil?
Now, see, he's like, oh, another billionaire. But see how they kind of confuse you? He's asking paraffin, castor oil. I'm going to tell you right now. If you listen to Marshall Hayner, okay, he dealt with marijuana way back in the days, okay? Also, like I said, XPR, they got oil out. It's called Extreme Performance Racing Oil, a synthetic oil for racing cars, okay? My man says paraffin. We know cannabis is paraffin. Castor oil, like I just finished telling you, XPR has a bottle of racing oil. Again, just showing you things that I'm noticing. I'm not telling you what to buy. This is not financial advice. It's information, golden information, because most of you can't see it. Because all you want to hear is all the good shit about your coins that you're holding. And you don't want to hear anything else. But let me continue. And then you got this guy here who says, oh, I know about cryptocurrency. I know about cryptocurrency and what's in the window. What's in the window? Right? Just like that Ripple riddle, right? With the bear and the pod and the purple pod. You had the star in the sky. You had the windows that had these little boxes also. He knows about cryptocurrency. And there's that symbol. I was trying to look for the Ripple symbol. I was trying to look for the XRP symbol. I guess you can see the Ripple symbol here. There's 3 here. 3 upside down. I don't see the XRP symbol. But let's just keep going. Because we know Frank represents XRP, right? So keep in mind now that Burns actually acknowledges that he's no longer the richest man in town, that somebody else is, which is Mr. Frank, which is Ripple, which is XRP. Now this part right here kind of bothers me over here. So now you got Frank, Ripple, looking back at the video where the guy was screaming about how the basket went in. It went in, it went in. Why does he seem upset about it? That's my question. Why does he seem so upset about it? Watch.
You saw it, it went in!
See how he signs? See how he signs there? He signs like he's depressed, like he's upset about something.
Hi, Professor. I wanted to see how
Right.
you're enjoying your newfound fame and wealth.
He hasn't invested into you.
Now, here comes Lisa telling him, I hope you are enjoying your wealth and all this stuff. And this lady next to him, she cuts her off and says he hasn't invested in deodorant. I can tell you that much. So something doesn't smell right. Something doesn't smell right. He signs, he sees somebody shooting the basket in, crying. He signs like he's upset watching that when maybe the basket of currencies. Because I know Marshall speaks a lot about synthetic stable coins and baskets and stuff like that, right? But then when she asks him, how's he enjoying it? She comes out and says he hasn't invested in deodorant. Where the hell does that come from? That's all I want to know. Where does that come from? Because him signing like that, him looking upset, and her making a reference that he stinks, that there's something doesn't smell right, that's concerning to me. Then here it shows, well, the first $10 million went to pay off student loans. The first $10 million went off to pay student loans. I wonder what else they're paying for.
Million went to pay off student loans. This is strange.
Strange.
A fortune I've always desired, and yet I'm as empty as a...
Now, again, this makes me concerned. He's basically saying he has all the wealth and all this and all that. He made his coin. He surpassed gold. He surpassed the renminbi. But he's still feeling, well, I'm as empty as a Dewar vacuum flask. He's as empty as a Dewar vacuum flask. And if you watch, it sucks up.
Well, maybe it's.
I don't know. It like sucks him up. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. That is just like concerning because he doesn't look, he has the fame, he has the wealth, he has all of it, but he doesn't look happy. Not at all. And watch when she asks him, what would you like?
Take care of yourself now. What are the things that you've always wanted?
Watch what he says.
Let's see, I've always wanted one of those pens with the 4 different colors.
With the 4 different colors. He wanted the pens with the 4 different colors. If you know metal, metal is all about different colors. Yellow, red, green, purple, blue, red. And he states, if she asks you, what have you always wanted? And he states, I always wanted that 4-color pen. Again, why I think 4 is related to Proton is because they have 4 coins out. They have the metal blockchain, that's 1. They have the Proton XPR is 2. They have XPR Loan, that's 3. And they have the metal DAO, which is 4. The 4 horsemen. Remember the 4 horsemen? So these are the things that I'm just pointing out. But he does look very upset. Okay? Remember I told you about Katy Perry? Right? I told you about Katy Perry. There goes that pen. He's trying to put it together. But see how they don't show you her writing the DOR, but they show you writing the K. They show you have her writing the K. Okay? Katy Perry. You got to be a dork to understand this, okay? They only showed you her writing out the K. Katy Perry. And also, I was just trying to show you that the symbol, the currency symbol for Proton kind of looks like a whacked out K or a backwards N or a whacked out K. That's just something to keep in mind. And funny enough, if you were to think that they're out of business, Frank's not there no more. Frank is out and about. Maybe it shows he's out of business. Maybe it's not showing he's out of business. Maybe it's showing that he got his fortune and he moved on out of the office and maybe he stopped working. Right? Just showing you a few things and pointing some things out. I'm just playing around. I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen. He's talking about Frank. But that Frank man, boy, he sure got it made, right? He sure got it made. But then they're showing you $1 on there. They're showing you $1 on their fucking machine there. If you can see. Show you a 0 there. But they show you $1. I don't know. A lot of people say that XRP ain't going to go over $1. They're going to say it's a stable coin. I think it's going to be worth more. But I just found it funny that when he's talking about Frank, they show $1. Now, again, I'm just playing around with this frame right here, okay? Again, they're talking about Frank, about how he sure got it made, right? I showed you over here, they're showing $1. But over here, markers, right? Maker markers, or market makers, right? Market makers. That's MM right there too, makers, Mo. Maybe market makers, maybe the N stands for market makers. But look at over here. I don't know. This is some crazy shit. It looks like it says run to me, R-U-N. It doesn't even show rum. Now, you got to understand, these are cartoons, and these cartoons are already drawn out. Now, they have to draw this out and put this into particular cartoons and write everything out. They wanted it to say, look like run instead of rum. Should say rum because they're in a bar. But why isn't it turned all the way? How come we can't see the full word rum? Because it kind of looks like run? Does it mean that we should be running? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm not telling anybody to run. I'm just asking. It's just weird that it's saying how, if I'm showing you that this is a tricky episode and they're trying to flip it on you, and they're telling you how, oh, he got it made, this and that. I mean, they got these things in the back about run, $1 here, you know. So I don't, like I said, just playing with the frame, just calling things out. Let's move along. He's got the big house.
So, are you happier?
No, I got everything I wanted, even the pen, but
He's got everything he wanted. He's got all the deliveries and everything. Doesn't even go out. All Amazon packages up in the crib. Still sad. Still sad. So let's go and let me show you one of the parts where I heard and it kind of rung a bell to me. Okay. Now this is another part where I've been a little concerned. Because as we read, we know that Ripple's working with the WEF, right? World Economic Forum and stuff like that. And it seems like that they're working with some evil people right in the background. Whatever that may be. Whoever they may be. So Lisa says, oh, you should have seen Frank. So poor Frank. He's the richest guy in town, right? But remember, there was some people saying, are we going to need a chip? Are we going to have a chip in our hand in order to use XRP or any type of currency? So watch what he says.
He's the richest guy in town.
But he's not rich, and the most important thing there is.
Health?
Health? Look at him, he's choking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, guys, this is the most important part right here that really got my head knocking. Look what Lisa says. Because he says, oh, he doesn't have health. The most important thing is health, right? No, the most important thing is friends. So you hear what she says? The most important thing is friends. Check this out.
Oh, Professor, you'll go! Oh, hot, 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 cha-cha!
Oh, thank God you woke me. I was having a terrible dream.
Oh, about what?
All the awful things I've done.
I knew you shouldn't have had that second blueberry at dinner. But this is why I brought you. Frank is ruined.
So somebody says Frank is ruined over here. So check it out. Somebody puts it on the board.
Speared in the head, hauled on the deck, and sliced up the guts. Mathematically speaking.
I found the solution.
So they're talking about who found the solution.
I do it?
They don't know who did.
Oh. I guess we'll never know. The important thing is that once again, I am the richest man in a town.
Now, again, Frank was the richest man. Now we have the Burns coin. Now, Burns coin, he's stating now that they solved the problem, whatever that problem was, and now he is the richest man in a town of 32 people. Again, remember in the beginning of this episode when Homer asks Lisa if he was second or third? That was 3-2. Here we go again with 3-2. I'm hoping it's this year. Okay, a lot of people say it's 2025, and probably because they don't want to make anybody rich, right? They want to keep this under very tight wraps. They don't want nobody. They want to shake as much people out. But I just find it funny that he uses that number 32 evenly. And usually we know that the numbers, they always play around with 33, this and that. But 32 really got me because we're in 2023. All right, people. Now, again, I'm going to say it all over again. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome back to the Crypto Bully Bear channel where there's only fun decoding and no financial advice. And none of this stuff is financial advice. This was straight opinion. This was just me really dissecting this episode, listening to every word, and making sure that every word was important to carry on to the next scene to make sure that we try to nail what the hell is going on. Now, please tell me what's going on. Frank was the Ripple coin, right? Frank was the XRP coin. But it looks like somehow he loses his money. Watch.
And so the equation was solved. Solved by the one person who could solve it. Professor.
Now, that's kind of weird. She says that this problem was solved by the only one person that can solve it, which was Ripple, which was XRP. They were the only ones to solve it. So what happens? They solve it.
On Frank. End of report.
How did you know?
you'd be willing to throw away every...
You see this? She knew that Frank would be willing to throw away everything he had. Again, Lisa's stating that she knew that Frank was going to be willing to throw away everything he had. Just want to go over a few tweets now from David over here. The truth is not always as it first appears. You got this guy standing on the bucket of high chew over here. And I was just finished talking about Hessler, right? Hessler Pierce in the freaking Simpson episode. And funny enough, I mean, that doesn't have to do anything with the Simpsons, but it's just funny enough that he mentions her name here. Hessler Pierce statement on the Kraken settlement. And he basically said the truth is not always as it first appears. Okay, like I said, I knew that you would be willing to throw away everything you had, right? And I just find it funny that, look at Joe over here. You managed to recover the Soul Stone. Didn't that cost you? Hawkeye, yeah, I had to sacrifice the person I loved the most. He had to sacrifice the person he loved the most. Now, funny that this is on December 22nd when I believe that's when they first got sued, not 2022, but in 2020. December 22nd of 2020, they got sued. So, I mean, I don't know, like stuff like this when he's talking about sacrificing, and then you have this, right? And then, watch what he says here.
Pad, because it didn't mean anything.
It didn't mean anything.
I had a pretty good idea of what your handwriting looks like. Also, anyone else smart enough to solve this is too smart to come to Springfield.
Well, you really understand me, young lady. You are my
So-
best friend.
Oh,
Now he's got one friend now.
well, beware. I'll lose everything I care about.
Now pay attention.
Well, you won't lose me. I'll always be right here in this flash drive.
Right? So he said he'll always be right, himself. He'll always be right here in this flash drive. Now, I don't know what's going on here, right? She says, I will treasure this forever. And he basically says that he loses $1 billion. Remember, he solved the problem. So did he sabotage his own coin? Remember, he was the richest man. Frank was the richest man, beat gold and everything. Then Burns wanted the Burns coin. He put the solution in the middle. Somehow somebody solved it. She said that he solved it. So why would he solve a problem which he's going to lose out? Now watch.